Markets head into the North American session with risk sentiment remaining firmly supported as U.S. equity futures point higher and major U.S. indices look set to extend their run to fresh record highs. Despite ongoing geopolitical tensions in the Middle East and elevated oil prices, investors continue to focus on resilient growth and the prospect of eventual policy easing from major central banks. In FX, the dollar is modestly firmer, supported by lingering geopolitical uncertainty and higher energy prices. Markets continue to monitor the lack of progress in U.S.-Iran negotiations, with disagreements over nuclear commitments keeping a geopolitical risk premium embedded across asset classes. Oil remains somewhat elevated as investors assess the implications for global supply and inflation. In Europe, manufacturing data surprised modestly to the upside relative to expectation. Final PMIs in the Eurozone and Germany were revised higher, while UK manufacturing remained firmly in expansion territory, adding to evidence that the industrial sector is gradually recovering. At the same time, rising energy costs and supply chain concerns linked to the Middle East continue to pose upside risks to inflation. ECB executive board member Schnabel reinforced that message, warning that inflation pressures tied to the conflict are becoming increasingly broad-based and could require a more restrictive policy response if they persist. Looking ahead, the main focus in the North American session will be on U.S. ISM manufacturing, which will provide an important read on activity, employment, and pricing pressures. Beyond today, attention is already shifting towards Friday's non-farm payrolls report, the week's key macro event, and a potentially important catalyst for Fed expectations. The dominant themes remain resilient global growth, record high equity markets, elevated oil prices, and persistent geopolitical uncertainty, with investors continuing to weigh the inflation implications of Middle East tensions against an otherwise constructive risk backdrop. That's all for now.